Tuimeltrein hoofstuk 6 Summary. Henry wonder of Jasper vir Jonah doodgeslaan het en voel aan sy nek. Hy is baie verlig toe hy besef dat Jonah nog leef. Abby kyk met soveel respek na Jasper dat Henry hulle Bonnie en Clyde, die berugte Amerikaanse misdadiger paar, noem. Henry wonders if Jasper has struck Jonah dead and he feels his neck. He's greatly relieved when he realizes that Jonah is still alive. Abby looks at Jasper with such respect that Henry calls them Bonnie and Clyde, the notorious American criminal duo. Hulle sien 'n voertuig oorkant die pad, 'n lijkswa, en 'n jong man wat 'n swart pak klere aan het. Dit is Scooby Jabulani van Kunstklas. Henry wou nog altyd vir Scooby beter leer ken, maar hy was te bang om 'n gesprek aan te knoop omdat hy bang was Scooby sou hom verwerp. Scooby se pa is 'n begrafnisondernemer en Henry het nog altyd Scooby se lang lyf bewonder. They notice a vehicle parked across the road. It is a hearse and a young man dressed in a black suit. It is Scooby Jabulani from art class. Henry has always wanted to get to know Scooby, but has been too afraid to start a conversation because he was worried that Scooby might reject him. Scooby's father is an undertaker, and Henry has always admired Scooby's tall body. Henry dink hulle kan dalk die lijkswa gebruik om by sy pa se winkel uit te kom. Scooby stap die erf oorkant die pad binne. Die drie wonder wat hy so laat in die aand by 'n vreemde huis doen. Hulle besluit om agter in die lijkswa in te sluip en weg te kruip. Henry thinks they might be able to use the hearse to get to Scooby's father's shop. Scooby walks into the property across the road. The three wonder what he is doing at a strange house so late at night. They decide to sneak into the back of the hearse and hide. Henry sukkel om met sy lang rok oor die hoë heining te klim, terwyl Jasper en Abby soos atlete daaroor klim. By die lijkswa sê hulle vir Henry dat hy eerste moet inklim. Die opening aan die agterkant laat Henry dink aan 'n supernova wat ontplof en in 'n swart gat verdwyn. Dit voel vreemd om in die donker ruimte in te klim. Die binnekant van die lijkswa is leeg. Henry kruip tot heel voor naby die bestuurders kajuit. Henry struggles to climb over the high fence in his long dress, while Jasper and Abby move over it like athletes. At the hearse, they tell Henry he must climb in first. The opening at the back reminds Henry of a supernova exploding and disappearing into a black hole. Climbing into the dark space feels strange. Henry crawls all the way to the front near the driver's cabin. Hulle klim in. Hulle lê styf te mekaar ingedruk. Hoe kleiner hulle hulself maak, hoe minder kans is daar dat Scooby hulle sal sien. Daar is komberse in die voertuig en Henry doen sy bes om dit oor hulle drie te trek. Henry ruik die vreemde reuke van olies en mirre. Die gordyn wat die agterste gedeelte van die bestuurderskajuit skei, laat hom baie veiliger voel. They climb inside. They lie pressed tightly against each other. The smaller they make themselves, the less chance there is that Scooby will see them. There are blankets in the vehicle and Henry does his best to pull them over the three of them. Henry smells the strange odor of oil and myrrh. The curtain separating the rear section from the driver's cab makes him feel much safer. Jasper het nog steeds Jonah se selfoon en wil 'n boodskap aan sy ouers stuur. Hy beplan om die foon af te skakel voordat hulle wegry. Abby hoop dat sy pa die boodskap aan hulle ouers ook sal stuur. Jasper still has Jonah's cell phone and wants to send a message to his parents. He plans to switch off the phone before they drive away. Abby hopes that Jasper's dad will send this message to their parents as well. Hulle hoor hoe 'n ouer vrou vir Scooby bedank omdat hy die blomme kom haal het. Dit is vir die begrafnis die volgende dag. Hy laai 'n pragtige ruiker agter in die lijkswa, maak die deur toe en klim agter die stuurwiel in. They hear an older woman thanking Scooby for fetching the flowers. They are for the funeral tomorrow. He loads a beautiful bouquet into the back of the hearse, closes the door, and gets behind the steering wheel. Jasper stuur die WhatsApp boodskap, maak die lijkswa se syvenster effens oop en gooi die selfoon in die rigting van Jonah se tuin. Daarna trek hy die kombers weer oor hulle. Die voertuig begin ry en Henry dink dat Scooby baie mooi en rustig bestuur. Jasper sends the WhatsApp message, open the hearse's side window slightly, and tosses the cell phone in the direction of Jonah's garden. Afterward, he pulls the blanket back over them. The vehicle starts moving and Henry thinks that Scooby is driving very smoothly and calmly. Skielik stop die lijkswa, blou ligte flits deur die vensters. Hulle het by 'n padblokkade aangekom. Suddenly the hearse stops. Blue lights flash through the windows. They have reached a police roadblock. Die polisiebeamptes praat met Scooby. Hulle is op soek na die 3 verdagtes en vra of Scooby hulle gesien het. Scooby verduidelik kalm dat hy net blomme vir 'n begrafnis kom haal het. 'n Flitslig skyn vir 'n oomblik oor die blomme. Henry kan skaars asemhaal. Abby merk sy paniek op en sit haar hand op sy skouer om hom te kalmeer. The police officers are talking to Scooby. They are looking for the 3 suspects and ask if Scooby has seen them. Scooby calmly explains that he had just gone to fetch flowers for a funeral. A flashlight shines over the flowers for a moment. Henry can barely breathe. Abby notices his panic and places her hand on his shoulder to calm him down. Die vars blomme laat Abby nies. Sy is allergies vir die stuifmeel. Hulle wonder waarheen hulle op pad is. Henry weet dat Scooby in Sunway woon. Henry se ma het een keer vir Scooby 'n lift huis toe gegee nadat sy bromponie, sy skooter, gebreek het. Jasper dink Henry weet alles van almal by die skool. Henry sê mense praat dalk nie met hom nie, maar hy hoor alles. The fresh flowers make Abby sneeze. She's allergic to the pollen. They wonder where they are heading. Henry knows that Scooby lives in Sunway. Henry's mother once gave Scooby a lift home after his scooter broke down. Jasper thinks Henry knows everything about everyone at school. Henry says people might not talk to him, but he hears everything. Hulle praat vlugtig oor wat hulle eendag wil doen. Henry droom daarvan om eendag op Broadway op te tree en musiekblyspele te skryf. Jasper wil rekenaarspeletjies ontwerp. Hy is die toppresteerder in die IT klas. Abby wil Olympiese spele toe gaan met haar atletiek. They talk briefly about what they want to do one day. Henry dreams of performing on Broadway and writing musicals. Jasper wants to become a computer game designer. He's the top achiever in the IT class. And Abby wants to go to the Olympic Games for athletics. Die lijkswa kom tot 'n stilstand. Henry besef dat hy die stadigste van die 3 sal wees as hulle moet weghardloop. Jasper sê hulle moet 'n wegkruipplek kry. Hulle is bang Scooby gaan die polisie bel. Henry loer versigtig uit en sien dat hulle binne-in 'n groot motorhuis is. The hearse comes to a stop. Henry realizes that if they have to run away, that he will be the slowest of the 3. Jasper says they need to find a hiding place. They are afraid that Scooby will hand them over to the police. Henry peeks out and sees that they are inside a large garage. Scooby haal die groot ryker uit terwyl die motorhuisdeur oopskuif. Die 3 klim stilletjies uit die lijkswa om 'n plek te soek waar hulle kan wegkruip. Skielik sien Scooby hulle raak. Hy vries in sy spore sonder om enige emosie te wys. Almal kyk mekaar geskok aan. Scooby takes out the large bouquet as the garage door slides open. The 3 of them quietly get out of the hearse to look for a place to hide. Suddenly, Scooby spots them. He freezes in his tracks, showing no emotion. They all look at each other in shock. Henry smeek vir Scooby om nie te skree nie. Jasper verduidelik dat hulle beskuldig word van iets wat hulle nie gedoen het nie en dat hulle nêrens anders het om heen te gaan nie. Henry sak op sy knieë en omhels Scooby se bene. Henry smeek om hulle te help en om hulle genadig te wees. Scooby sê vir hom hy hoef nie te smeek nie. Hy gaan hulle nie by die polisie aangee nie. Hulle besigheid is ook nie heeltemal wettig nie. En hy wil nie hê die polisie moet kom ondersoek instel nie. Henry begs Scooby not to scream. Jasper explains that they are being accused of something that they didn't do and have nowhere else to go. Henry drops to his knees and embraces Scooby's legs. Henry pleads with him to help them and show them mercy. Scooby tells him there is no need to beg. He is not going to report them to the police. Their own business isn't entirely legal either, and he doesn't want the police investigating. Abby vra of hulle die nag by Scooby kan bly. Scooby verduidelik dat hulle in die lijkshuis van Asriel Funeral Services kan slaap. Hulle huis is deel van die lijkshuis en te klein om hulle daar weg te steek. Hy is bang sy ma sal die polisie bel. Sy ouers het daardie middag hulle storie op televisie gesien en hom gewaarsku om nie met hulle pelle te raak nie, omdat hulle gesoek word deur die polisie. Tog lyk dit asof Scooby simpatie met hulle het. Abby asks if they can stay the night at Scooby's place. Scooby explains that they can sleep in the mortuary at Asriel Funeral Services. His home is part of the mortuary and too small to hide them there. He is afraid his mother will call the police. His parents saw their story on television that afternoon and warned him not to befriend them because they are wanted. Yet, Scooby seems to sympathize with them. Jasper onthou dat Asriel die doodsengel is wat oor die sterwende waak en die siel na die dode ryk vergesel. Hy is in sy game Injustice 2. Die besigheid se slagspreuk is where we put the fun back in funeral. Hulle probeer die negatiewe stigma rondom begrafnisse wegneem. Scooby glo dat die dood eintlik 'n troue is, 'n nuwe begin. Henry begin al hoe meer van Scooby hou. Scooby kyk skaam weg. Jasper remembers that Asriel is the angel of death who watches over the dying and escorts the soul to the realm of the dead. He features in the game Injustice 2. The business's slogan is where we put the fun back in funeral. They're trying to remove the negative stigma surrounding funerals. Scooby believes that death is actually a wedding, a new beginning. Henry's starting to like Scooby more and more. Scooby looks away shyly. Scooby sê vir hulle dat hulle binne in die kiste gaan slaap. Dit is baie gemaklik, sê hy. Scooby maak grappies dat dit spook in die lijkshuis. En hy sê dat moordenaars wat bang is vir spooke nie regtig gevaarlik kan wees nie. Hy het hulle net getoets. Sy ouers kyk gewoonlik televisie voordat hulle gaan slaap en sy pa sal eers die volgende oggend 8uur daar inkom om te werk, so hulle sal veilig wees. Scooby shows them that they're going to sleep in the coffins. They are comfortable, he says. Scooby jokes about ghosts. And he says that he's just testing them because murderers who are afraid of ghosts cannot really be dangerous. His parents usually watch television before going to bed, and his dad will only come down the next morning around 8 o'clock to work, so they will be safe where they are. Daar is 'n yskassie met koeldranke in en 'n badkamer wat hulle kan gebruik. Die gesin hou ook tweedehandse klere aan vir arme mense wat hulle geliefdes in iets moois wil aantrek vir die begrafnis. Mense skenk dit vir hulle. Hy sê dat die 3 van hulle kan vir hulle vars en skoon klere aantrek. There's a small fridge with cold drinks and a bathroom that they can use. The family keeps second-hand clothing for poor people who want to dress their deceased loved ones in something nice for the funeral. People donate these to them. He tells the 3 of them that they can get dressed in something clean and fresh if they like.
Okay, guys, I hope that this helped you. Click below here where I landed to check out the playlist. Goodbye.